Boy, do we have something special for you today. What key do we have here? Oh, there we go. Something you probably thought you'd never see in the Drag Times garage. That's right. We've added a 1,000 horsepower 992 Turbo S to the Drag Times garage. We're gonna do some street testing, 0 to 60. What do you think 0 to 60 is on a 1,000 horsepower Turbo S? Let's check it out. Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. Welcome back to the channel. That's right. Turbo S is in my garage and the Huracan is gone. Wait till the end of the video and I'll explain a little bit more, but let's take a look at this 1,000 horsepower 992 Turbo S. This thing is absolutely slammed on 21-inch HREs in the front and big 22s in the back. Absolutely slammed. I mean, you get no space in here at all. We got a matte black wrap on this car. It has full exhaust, it has upgraded turbos, upgraded intercoolers, and made 900 horsepower to the wheels. If you recognize this car, you've seen it on the channel before. We've done a bunch of races with it. When Eric had it over in Bradenton, it was a gloss black. Now it is wrapped matte black and it just looks really cool. I mean, you know me, I've never had a Porsche in the garage before, but never said I was against it totally, but this thing just looks absolutely wild. Now in past videos, you've seen when this car does down the quarter mile, it does like mid-9s, 145 miles an hour, and that's at a drag strip where it's nice and sticky. So on these kind of tires, I was actually curious to see how this thing launches and compares against, yeah, well, kind of the street king here, the Tesla Plaid. This goes 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. Yes, I have done that. Yes, it took a bunch of tries, and usually it's about 2.1. But we have seen this Porsche right here go 2.1, 0 to 60 at the track. So I'm curious, because I know the Tesla can do it on the street, but how does a 1,000 horsepower Turbo S handle all that horsepower on the street with its all-wheel drive system? Let's jump in and check out some of the interior bits, grab the draggy, head on out and see what this thing does. All right, let's hop in here. The Turbo S, it is absolutely brutal out here in South Florida. The heat, it's just unbearable. I need to spend some more time in Tennessee where the weather's just awesome. But let's jump in here. Check out the interior of the Turbo S. Start up with keys in my pocket. It's got wireless or keyless start, so you don't have to put the key in there anymore. Now this has full exhaust. It's actually pretty loud. It's warmed up. Let's give it a little rev and see what it sounds like. All right, so inside we got some piano black trim on the center console, all carbon fiber, leather, full leather seats with yellow stitching, really kind of matches everything. This also has a sunroof with a sunshade that you can pull back. I believe you press that button right there. Super nice Alcantara headliner, and it's got some back seats back here, but I don't know what in the world you would actually do with those. I mean, look at the legroom there, absolutely zero. Maybe if you put the seats all the way up, you could fit someone back there to run across the street or an emergency, but not much back there, maybe just for pets. Also, super cool that this car has CarPlay, and it's got wireless CarPlay, so you can see my phone is not hooked up to anything, and yet we have CarPlay. You got the Porsche area here, and of course Google Maps, and you got your calendar and your Spotify and your podcasts, and it is a touchscreen, so that makes it super easy to operate, unlike some of the other cars like the Ferrari where you have to kind of operate the CarPlay with little buttons. Makes it pretty difficult. I'm actually going to do a video on some of the best infotainment systems in exotic cars, and we'll kind of go through all the different options they have, from CarPlay to Android Auto to nothing at all. I think that'd be super cool to kind of go over what infotainment comes in a lot of these different cars. Another great feature that I don't think any of my other exotics have is cooled seats. So right here, you got a little fan here on the seat, press that, and it gives a really nice cooling sensation. Great for hot South Florida days. Wow, it really does a good job. Pretty much like my Tesla. Maybe a little better, actually. Interior fit and finish, you know, Porsche's known for being really high quality. No problems anywhere in here. This actually has the yellow tachometer and a chrono package. So if you press, I believe it's this button here, it goes into sport response mode. And at that point, you got 20 seconds to have a little more horsepower. Now that's in a stock vehicle. I'm not sure how that plays out in a car that's making 1,000 horsepower like this one, but nevertheless, we'll give it a try when we try and do 0 to 60 in this 1,000 horsepower Turbo S and see if it spins or if it sticks and see what we get. This also has the upgraded Burmeister stereo, which has I believe some subwoofers, upgraded stereo. Sounds actually pretty good. I know you can't hear what that sounds like here, but pretty decent stereo in this car. Climate controls across the top right here, very easy to access as well. This is for the exhaust. This is your special function button. That's like a shortcut to a bunch of settings. This is your suspension. This is your traction control. And then on down, of course, you got the heated seats, cooled seats. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going for the interior. All right, so we got the Draggy all set up. One note, this is the brand new Draggy. It's hard to see because I got it on this kind of suction mount right here. But there's a new Draggy out, the DR70. I think it tracks more satellites, has higher frequency resolution of recording the data. It offers better accuracy and smoother kind of acceleration graphs because it has more data points to use. I'll put a link down in the description for the new Draggy. And the big, huge plus, in addition to new features that are coming later on, is the new Draggy has like 24 hours of battery life. So forget the days of that thing dying in the middle of one of your runs or having to hook up USB cables to extend the power with portable battery packs I used to have to do. 24 hours, that thing is super awesome. Link down in the description. I'm gonna do a giveaway of a Draggy in an upcoming video, so make sure you're subscribed so you can possibly win one for yourself. All right, so this has some pops and bangs coming out the back. I'm sure you can hear that, but you can really hear the turbo's whistle in this car. I've driven a lot of stock or lightly modified Turbo S's, and it's nothing like this. This thing is just... this thing's crazy. Whew, man, this thing moves. All right, so we're gonna do a little 0 to 60 test. Guess in the comments what you think it's going to run. Launch control is easy. We're gonna hit the sport corner button. Full throttle, launch control activated, let's go. Oh, we spun. That's it. Wow. 2.54 to 60. That's without the rollout. So with the rollout, that's probably like, I don't know, 2.3. And it was spinning almost through the whole 0 to 60 run. Wow. Now I'm sure these 22-inch tires are not helping us out with this testing. So I'm sure some better tires, you would get much better times. But nevertheless, let's give it another try. Sport chrono, activated, launch control. Here we go. Man, it doesn't take long, but it is spinning the entire time. And did a little better there, 2.4 seconds to 60 that time. Here we go. Man, it doesn't take long, but it is spinning. I know a lot of people are gonna say, but Brooks, the stock Porsche goes 0 to 60 in like 2.2. Yeah, well, probably does, but it probably doesn't spin like this because it's got this much horsepower. Launching's all about traction and horsepower, and I assure you, after 60 miles an hour, when this thing gets planted, it is pulling really, really hard. All right, so there you go. 0 to 60 in the Turbo S came in at just 2.21 seconds. That's spinning from 0 to about 70 miles an hour. Of course, 22-inch wheels on the back, and these little rubber bands don't really help for dig acceleration. I think with a nice thick tire, Toyo, something along this line right there, we would be getting 0 to 60 possibly in the 1.9 range, even on the street. Quarter mile came in at 9.7 at 147 miles an hour, so it is really starting to move on the top end there. And of course, it is miserable outside. It's just super, super humid and just hot, sticky, nasty. So we're not expecting kind of crazy numbers out of the Turbo S today. I'm sure many wondering, did I really buy the Turbo S? Actually, I did not. This is Eric's car. I have the Huracan in for service, getting my 3-year service. Getting ready to sell the Huracan, so if someone wants a 2020 all-wheel drive Huracan, hit me up. About 5,500 miles on that car. So that was in for service. Eric's doing a charity event, I believe today, down at Homestead, Miami. He asked if he could store the car at my house for a little while, and he said, while I have it, have some fun. So that I did. This car, it's awesome. And I think someday there will be a Porsche permanently in my garage. Maybe when the hybrid version comes out, I don't know, we'll see. 918 has always been my favorite Porsche, but that's a little out of range. You'd have to sell quite a few cars to get into that kind of Porsche 918 area. As always, thanks for watching. Enjoy this video. Hit the thumbs up, helps the video and the channel, and we will see you next video.